works of God and wishing to see again. What is this foundation? What is missing with our foundation? Do you remember, Aritza, when we were together in the auditorium across the street? Yeah, across the street. And remember those evangelizers, young folks, who spoke to us? And the guy, I remember what the guy said. Our Holy Trinity in the family is very simple. Have a good education, have a good job, earn as much money as you can. Remember that? That was the Holy Trinity in the family. I will share with you that. Imagine that Holy Trinity. Go to school, get a good education, get a good job, earn as much money as you can. That's inculcated into the minds, young minds of the children by the parents. That's all they care about. Nothing about God. Good education, you do it. Don't trust on God, don't rely on anybody. Get your good education. Get a good job yourself. Find a job yourself. You don't need God. And amass money, as much money as you can. The Holy Trinity. I didn't forget that. That's the missing foundation. Just missing the foundation. And what is the foundation? That is the foundation. Foundation is accept that you're a leper. Accept that you're a sinner. And that this joy will never replace, I don't care how much money you've got. That much I can assure you. You want me to say it again? This joy can never be given by I don't care how much money you have. I know many of you are rich. Many of you have big bank accounts. Like Francia. You have big balance in the bank, but you don't have joy. Something's missing. You feel that. Something's missing. Look at those celebrities. I mean, Whitney Houston had so much fame, right? She had so much fame. She's a universal icon. She's known around the world. She was just a member of the choir in Newark when she was young.
She started in the church.
Yeah. That's how she started. And now she's known around the world. And she became an icon. She sold over 170 million albums. She had a lot of money. And how come she didn't have joy? There was no joy. You know why? Something was missing. Something was missing. How come all this? Demi Moore is another one. I mean, they have so much money, so much fame. They're celebrities. How come they're not happy? Just a simple proof that money will not give you that joy. Will not give you that joy. Only one will give you that joy. Jesus Christ. Only Jesus Christ will give you that joy. You must admit that you are a leper. And you must accept the relationship between you and Jesus. And then, let Jesus remedy your problem. Let Jesus heal you, both spiritual and physical. Your faith will heal you. And of course, the joy comes. Absolute pure conversion. And there's no turning back. You have been made clean, and you have been changed forever. You have been changed forever. Isn't that beautiful? That's how it is. That's the reality of it. And then you remember the works of God. What is this wishing to see again? Through prayers. Through prayers, we create our desires through prayers. We're able to purify our hearts, free from any distraction. That's wishing to see again. Wednesday, Jesus leads, patience has a plan, humble Jesus. Going back to that speaker, I didn't remember the name, but I remember what he said. That most Holy Trinity in the family.
Chris. His name is Chris.
Chris? Okay.
So, he was converted?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But when he was growing up, that's not the mind he had.
No.
The mindset was different.
He's young too.
Yeah, had a beautiful wife.
30 something?
I think they're going around, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good thing.
He's very powerful when he speaks.
Yes. What is this get-go? What do you say to your children who don't want to study? They don't want to go to school. And I myself said this many times. Because my younger one was kind of lazy in school when he was young. What do we say to the children? You want to be like a bum like that guy? When we're outside, we'll be driving out. You see, that's a bum. You see, homeless. You'll be like that if you don't go to school. You want that? No. Okay, then you go to school and study. What's my point here? You and I have the tendency towards self-sufficiency. That's the key, self-sufficiency. That's our way. You know the song My Way by Paul Anka?
My way.
Self-sufficiency. And I did it my way.
Well, I'm not receiving it.
Absolutely wrong. When you and I do it our way, what happens is we gear towards self-sufficiency. What does self-sufficiency mean? I have my own job, I have my own house, I have my own transportation, I have my own everything. I don't need anybody. Self-sufficiency. But can that be realized? Is that true? You don't need anybody?
Well, you wouldn't want to say that to the world. Because that's what the world would want you to say. When you're in your own world, with you and God, you know that's not true. That is because of God that you have it. But you don't need those people. Well, I do need God. That's how I see it. I don't need them, I need God.
Have you been to nice communities, those rich communities? Big mansion-like houses? Do you notice that their fences are high? They have high fences and they have high gates, and there's no way in the world you can even knock at their door. The best and the closest you can get to is the gate. That's it.
Ring the bell.
You can't even come close to the house, much less see inside the house. Why? They don't need the world. They are self-sufficient. Maybe they have their own supermarket in their what do you call this? I forgot.
Don't mention. Another warehouse.
Where do you put the pantry? Oh yeah, they have their own shop right inside the pantry.
But it has to get there from somewhere.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, they're self-contained. They're self-contained. Self-sufficiency. But that's not Jesus' way. Jesus' way is He leads, and we have to have patience. We just have to wait for Him. God has a plan for you and for me. You know, it takes a lot of patience to realize that and to wait for God. Remember, God has no time. You and I have time. God doesn't. God is not subject to time like you and I are.
I remember last week's notes.
Remember that? See how we can put this together. You just have to be patient. Because God has no time. Maybe you're talking about the funny story.
Yes.
How much is $1 million? It's just a penny. And how much is 1,000,000 years? A second. 1,000,000 years to us is 1 second for God. So he requested, God, can I have a penny? And God says, all right. Give me a second. What does that mean? In 1,000,000 years, you can get 1 million. No, $1 million.
Where in the Bible does it say? So not the joke, but the time frame of God's. I have read it. It says, "My time is not your time." But does He actually break it down?
No.
No, right?
No. But He says very specifically that He has His ways are different from ours. St. Paul says that. My ways are not your ways. Which equates to that. You know what this says? Humble Jesus. I use the other one. God moves inside of us. That's the meaning of humble Jesus. God moves inside of us. There's one thing, one thing about, remember the visitation? Blessed Mother visited her cousin Elizabeth. At that time, the church calls it like a peace treaty. Like a peace treaty. When there is a peace treaty, what happens? It happens probably in Geneva, Switzerland, right? Because Switzerland is a neutral country, or maybe in the Netherlands. There's a peace treaty. The heads of state will meet, and there'll be protocol of all sorts. But when the Blessed Mother visited Elizabeth, there was no protocol. The world wasn't even interested in finding it out. It was happening in absolute silence. God was moving. What makes me say that? What makes me say that God is moving? Moving. That God is moving. What does that mean?
It's manipulating.
Nobody really knows about it. But God moves in silence. And what was God doing during that visitation? It's actually one of the mysteries in the Holy Rosary. Right? The visitation. John the Baptist was about to be born. Jesus, the incarnation. The incarnation is about to happen. So you have those. But God is moving very quietly. But very important things are happening. Humble Jesus.